to the game.
Okay.
Glad to have you with us from First Bank Stadium in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the Vanderbilt Commodores. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Guys, the Vols head coach told me before the game, Coach said his message to the team this week is we have got to play every single game like it's a playoff game. They have done well in the conference so far, and he wants to continue that dominance, but consistency is the key. He keeps telling his team we just have to go 1-0 this week to keep that consistent approach going. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Commodores' offense will go to work first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Defense way over-eager there, and now the entire playbook just opens up before the eyes of this offensive coordinator. After that encroachment penalty, it's now 1st and 5. Pulls it, fired, complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
And that right there is a huge reason why this team has a winning record coming into this game. Their defense takes the ball away. And here on the opening drive, you see the athleticism in the back end of the defense, picking it off and putting it in great field position for their own.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Throwing Raiola. Working that left side now. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. The Volunteers can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the air, it's Raiola. Makes a catch. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. The run inside. It's Overton. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Operating in the red zone here on second down. On the run, it's Gordon. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. And the Volunteers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. A first down run on the doorstep. And he breaks the play. Touchdown Vols! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking downfield on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Van. Great pickup on the defensive front. 3-star defensive lineman, gives a verbal commitment last week. And you really need to bring good talent into the program. Maybe diamonds in the rough. At this level, that's how they thrive.
Oh, there's no doubt. And just some of these guys, they're not as refined, but they've got the tools, right? And so I think he's got the tools. And this is a guy that you can build around on that defensive line. You need all the big bodies you can get.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
And the Commodores will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll leave it with the lone back.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Might be changing the route. Here's Raiola to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. New set of downs after the completion. They'll move the wide receiver. Running inside, it's Gordon. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
That's why it's so important to have success on first and second down. They're running the ball on second down. You trust your O-line to get the job done. The running back does his. And now with the positive play, you're setting up 3rd and inches.
They'll move the tight end. Trying to convert the 3rd down. Here's Raiola. Makes the grab. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Here's Raiola to throw. Unloads to the right. He's got an open man. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
Well, everybody knew this guy was going to get his touches coming into this game, considering he's one of the better receivers in the country. And to start it off, the offense was actually looking the other way. They were looking for other guys to make big plays, but finally they got the opportunity. They were able to find some space to get
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Fires quickly. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Training staff checking out this junior defensive tackle. We hope this is not serious, and he gets back in the fray shortly. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Raiola. Good timing on the quick out. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Raiola to throw for it on 4th. Finds him out of the backfield. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
Raiola. It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Volunteers! Into the end zone for 6.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Wide open makes the catch. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Off play action. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. The Commodores are moving quickly down the field. To the ground, he's got it again. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. They'll go to work in the air on second down. That's caught. It's McKenzie. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Commodores! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Trying the left side. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Looking to the big tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Right down the middle. With the catch, it's Cartwright. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Throwing Raiola. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gets the back moving. Again, it's Raiola. He's got the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this time.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. That is a sophomore offensive lineman down on the play, and we hope he's able to return soon. The Vols go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Here's Raiola to throw. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense, getting a sack, creating some momentum.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Motion from the back. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Going to take a shot at this DB. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Here's Raiola to throw. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Tennessee. Once he got some room, it was over. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they finished it off with a 40-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Gives it on the option.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Back to pass on second down. Oh, they're after him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up one on the play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And we always go back and we look like, what was the play of the game? Those moments that were so big, that was huge for this offense, man. Already trailing in the football game, 3rd down and long situation to get that conversion and now get 1st and goal. A chance to cut into this lead. Really nice, big, opportunistic, timely play for this offense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They have had the ball for a week and a half. Play number 10 coming up. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he will score! Touchdown, Vandy!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the 1st half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the 1st half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the 2nd half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Not great field position. We'll see how aggressive they are in the final seconds. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to Hardy. At the 35, he's got room. He rolls all the way up to the 40-yard line before going out of bounds in this running game, making an impact.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let him do the rest, right? Flip it to him, let him get outside, let him run the football, make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the perimeter.
Raiola. Got it in the middle. It's Cartwright. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. The Volunteers will call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Makes the catch. It's Cartwright. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Raiola to the air again. Finds his man down the middle. The whistle sounded, and they got it called just in time, using the timeout with a 2nd left. Now to see if they can score before the half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. He splits the uprights. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. We begin with Georgia taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And it's Georgia in an absolute fistfight with a team that has been every bit their equal today. Both offenses putting up points. Feels like anything can happen in this 2nd half. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten. Now back to your game in Nashville. This wideout is enjoying a stellar day. 2 of those catches in the first half were 2 of the better grabs I've seen all season. And, of course, his overall stat line is helping the only stat that really matters, the scoreboard. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And the Commodores will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
The Vols head coach told me coming out of the locker room at the half, he is so excited about how his quarterback has performed. They did have a lot of high expectations for him, and he has lived up to the challenge. They get the ball here, and they are expected to go right down the field, regain some of that momentum that their quarterback had in the first half, and make sure he is setting the tone for the second. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Looking for space. It's Baker. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
He's going to run it. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Out of the gun. They'll run it inside. They make the stop, and they had to work for it. A nice little juke, and he'll have 7 on that one. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying to impose their will with the run. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to run for it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
On fourth down, going to the air. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Creates. Could be an alley. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Now on the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Complete to the right. Touchdown Vols! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through, no problem with the frozen tundra beneath him. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finish shows just how potent they are, an 88-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Russ. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get it back and turning it on. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They'll stop play here to tend to the injured Commodore. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll ride the hot hand. It's a fumble. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. The 30. He's at the 20. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous. But at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. Play action, Dylan Raiola. Under fire. Quickly complete. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds, they'll mark it at the 24. The Volunteers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Baker. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Makes the grab over the middle. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. The offense changing the play. Throwing Raiola. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Back to pass, it's Raiola. The screen, and watch out. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola on third down. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. And the Vols decide to punt it away. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. Let's see if this rally can continue. A touchdown followed by the stop, and now they've got the ball back. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's McKenzie.
You see this more and more in college football. Motion the running back out of the backfield. What am I looking for? I'm looking to see if it's man coverage. Does the linebacker go and chase him? If he does, guess what I get to do? Take advantage of my matchup. I like my speed better than yours.
Working on the right. Runs through, man. He might have some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. One back in the backfield. He gets to carry. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10. Back to pass. Using the quick game. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Commodores look to keep this drive humming. To the air on first down. Snagged out of the air. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They've moved it into scoring territory. First and 10 from the 11. The run inside. It's McKenzie. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to the ground with the running back. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Gets it out fast. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! And they're back within a score here in the fourth.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So here is the Tennessee offense. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Raiola from the gun on third down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Man, those sting, man. The third down, the money down, your guy's got to come through. You had a good play called, receiver there to make a play. He's just got to catch the football. Those hurt on any down, but especially third down.
Now on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll stop play here to tend to the injured Commodore. You hate to see an injury any time. Holly's going to keep an eye on that and get us up to date on what the situation is. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Here's a heat. Swings it out to the flat. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Hey, man, I played with Tiki Barber and the Giants, Frank Gore and the 49ers, LaDainian Tomlinson in the Senior Bowl. These guys wanted to catch passes in our offense. Even though they knew sometimes they were the third or fourth read in the progression, they were hoping I was going to throw them a football. And it is so nice as a quarterback to know that you've got running backs like that want to be involved in the passing.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Commodores will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They feed him again. Slithers into space. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Vanderbilt takes his 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Running inside, it's Baker. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to run for it. Didn't want to get cute on that RPO. Kept it on the ground, and they'll pick up the first down, and they're going to secure the win.
This is a pretty easy situation for the offense right here, guys. We need one play. We need one run up front. O-line, we need you to come through for us and ice this game. They do a great job allowing that back to pick up the first.
Yeah, it's just physicality up front. The big boys creating some space because the defense knew what was going on. They have to get a stop here or this football game is over. A lot of guys near the line of scrimmage, they can't get it done, and it is over.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off. But you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
The Vols back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll go to the counter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.